Before we begin this night prayer, please take a moment to subscribe to the channel and like this video. Your support helps us continue creating these moments of peace and comfort for you. Tonight, as you lay down your head, I want you to know that you don't have to carry everything anymore. The day has been heavy, the thoughts have been endless, and the weight of your responsibility feels like it has pressed into your very bones. But now, here in the quiet of this moment, you are being invited to set it all down. You are being reminded that rest is not a reward you earn only when everything is finished. Rest is a gift, something your weary body and soul deeply need. And tonight, you are allowed to receive it. You've been carrying so much, haven't you? The burdens of tasks left undone, the conversations that didn't go the way you hoped, the silent expectations that seemed to grow heavier as the hours passed. Maybe it feels like you are holding up the whole world, as if letting go would mean it might all fall apart. But you were never meant to hold so much alone. You were never meant to spend every waking moment straining under invisible loads that drain your spirit. Tonight, let me remind you of this truth. You can put it down. You can rest without everything being perfect, without every problem being solved, without every demand being answered. Close your eyes for a moment and breathe deeply. Feel the rhythm of your breath, steady and slow, carrying you gently into peace. With every inhale, imagine strength entering you. With every exhale, release the weight you've been carrying. Let go of the thoughts that chase each other in circles. Let go of the tension that has settled in your shoulders. Let go of the guilt that whispers you should have done more. Tonight is not about doing more. Tonight is about surrendering, about being carried instead of carrying. You've done enough, even if your mind tries to argue otherwise. Hear these words and let them sink in. You've done enough for today. You've tried, you've pushed, you've given what you could, and now it is time to rest. Imagine yourself handing over the heavy bags you've been dragging. Hand over the worries about tomorrow, the regrets about yesterday, the frustrations of today. Picture them being lifted from your arms one by one until all that remains is you, lighter, freer, ready to breathe again. Sometimes it's not just the tasks that weigh you down, but the emotions you hide, the unspoken disappointments, the quiet fears, the unacknowledged griefs. They live inside of you like stones in your pockets, pulling you deeper into exhaustion. But tonight, you don't have to hold them in silence anymore. Tonight, you can lay them before God. You can whisper them out loud in the darkness, or you can simply breathe them away. Every unspoken burden is heard. Every hidden ache is known. You don't have to carry it all alone. If your body feels restless, place your hand over your heart right now. Feel its steady beat. It has been working tirelessly all day, just like you. Whisper to yourself, I release the weight. I allow myself to rest. Say it softly, again and again, until the truth begins to sink into your bones. The weight is not yours to carry forever. There's a safe place for you, a place where your spirit can be held, where your soul can exhale, where you can find peace. That place is here, tonight. You are safe in this moment. The night is wrapping around you like a gentle blanket, asking nothing of you except to rest. The world can wait. The demands can wait. Your soul needs stillness, and stillness is here. Let yourself imagine God's presence beside you, calm and unwavering. You don't need to perform. You don't need to explain. You don't need to prove yourself. You only need to rest. Take another deep breath. Notice how your chest rises, how the air flows in and out. Let your breath be your prayer tonight. Let it carry the unspoken words you don't know how to say. Let it speak the surrender your lips cannot form. Each breath is enough. Each exhale is a release. Each inhale is a renewal. Slowly, gently, You are being restored. And as you lie here, I want you to remember something tender and true. You are more than what you carry. You are not defined by the weight on your shoulders, by the endless lists in your mind, by the expectations pressing against your heart. You are beloved even when you feel weary. You are enough even when you cannot give more. Rest is not weakness. Rest is sacred. It is the holy act of trusting that the world will not crumble without you, that your worth is not found in endless effort. Tonight, let rest wash over you like a quiet river, smoothing the edges of your soul, softening the sharp corners of your mind. Let it whisper over you that it's okay to let go. It's okay to be still. It's okay to simply be. Stay here in this calm. Let the day fade. Let the night carry you gently. You don't need to do anything else. You don't need to fix anything else. You only need to breathe, to trust, to rest. And in this rest, may your heart find peace, your body find renewal, and your spirit find freedom from carrying too much. Tonight, as you come back to this prayer, I want you to notice how tired you really are. Not just in your body, but deep in your heart, where you keep the things no one sees. You'll be moving through your day like someone carrying a basket filled to the brim, and though you've tried to balance it, you know how heavy it has become. Every step you've taken has been with that invisible weight. Maybe you've smiled through it. Maybe you've kept pushing forward, but in the quiet of the night, the truth comes out. You are exhausted. You are longing for a place to lay it all down. This prayer is that place. This moment is your invitation to surrender the basket, to let it drop at your feet, to finally breathe without carrying more than your heart can hold. Think about everything you carried today. The small responsibilities that piled up until they felt enormous. The unspoken fears about tomorrow. The heaviness of disappointment when things didn't turn out the way you hoped. Perhaps you carried conversations in your head, replaying words you wish you had said differently. Perhaps you carried the pressure to appear strong even when you were breaking inside. All of it adds up, all of it clings to you, and it makes rest feel impossible. But tonight, you are reminded again, you don't have to carry it all. As you lie here, close your eyes and imagine handing over those weights one by one. Picture yourself standing before a gentle presence that sees everything you've endured. In your hands are heavy stones, each one representing a burden. One stone is your worry about the future. Another is your guilt over the past. Another is your fear of letting someone down. Another is the constant thought that you must be more than you are. One by one, offer the stones. Place them down and watch as they are lifted from you, disappearing into a peace greater than yourself. Feel your hands grow lighter. Feel your shoulders begin to release their tension. Feel your soul slowly remembering what it is to be free. Sometimes rest does not come because your mind refuses to stop spinning. It keeps listing everything undone, everything uncertain, everything unresolved. But you don't need to solve it all before you sleep. Rest is not about resolving, it is about releasing. Let the questions remain unanswered. Let the plans remain unfinished. Let the future remain unseen. You don't have to have it all figured out in order to close your eyes. You don't have to earn your rest by fixing everything first. You only have to be willing to trust that it's okay to stop carrying for now. Breathe slowly. With every inhale, picture a fresh wind entering your lungs. With every exhale, imagine the heaviness leaving you. Inhale peace. Exhale pressure. Inhale gentleness. Exhale guilt. Inhale love. Exhale fear. Let your breath become your rhythm of release. Let it carry you into stillness like a tide, drawing you gently out to sea. And as you breathe, listen to this truth. You were never created to live in constant exhaustion. You were never meant to bear endless loads without pause. You were designed for rhythms of work and rest, of giving and receiving, of pouring out and being refilled. You cannot give endlessly without finding yourself empty. Tonight is for refilling. Tonight is for renewal. Tonight is for remembering that even in your weakness, you are deeply loved. Maybe you feel guilty for resting. Maybe you've been told that you must always keep going, always stay strong, always hold everything together. But that is not truth. Rest is not selfish. Rest is sacred. Rest is trust. Rest is allowing yourself to be human and acknowledging that you have limits. It is in your limits that you find grace. It is in your stillness that you find peace. Whisper to yourself now, I am allowed to rest. I am safe to rest. I do not have to carry it all. Say it again until your heart believes it. I am allowed to rest. I am safe to rest. I do not have to carry it all. The night does not demand productivity from you. The night only invites you to close your eyes, to sink into quiet, to let go of striving, to be held instead of holding, to be loved instead of proving, to be safe instead of fighting. Tonight the invitation is simple. Stop carrying. Just for this moment, let everything fall away. Imagine lying in a field beneath a wide, starry sky. The world is vast and quiet above you. The stars shine without your effort. The moon glows without your permission. The earth turns without your control. Nothing requires your strength in this moment. Nothing asks you to perform. You can simply lie there and be small, and yet entirely loved. You can simply breathe and be safe. The stars will not fall because you rest. The world will not end because you let go. Everything will keep moving, and you will be cared for. You are not failing by resting. You are honoring your soul by resting. You are giving yourself the chance to heal. You are reminding yourself that you are more than your burdens, more than your performance, more than the roles you play. You are simply a beloved soul, allowed to rest in peace tonight. Let the weight fall. Let the pressure fade. Let the silence cradle you. Let the darkness of night become a safe shelter, not a fearful void. Here in the quiet, your soul can breathe again. Here in the quiet, your body can finally release. Here in the quiet, you can feel the gentle truth. You don't have to carry too much anymore. And as you drift towards sleep, may you know this blessing. You are safe. You are loved. You are enough. The world can wait until morning. Your soul deserves peace now. Tonight, come as you are, with hands that feel tired from holding everything together and a heart that has been stretching all day to make space for problems that don't seem to shrink. Come with the mask off and the truth on the surface. You are weary. Maybe you move through the day like a quiet storm, keeping it together for everyone else while thunder rolled inside your chest. Maybe you smiled more than you wanted to, gave more than you had, and promised yourself you would rest later when things calmed down. Only later never came. But this moment is your later. This quiet is the doorway you've been searching for. Step through it now and set down what you've been carrying. You are not late to your own peace. You are right on time for mercy. Breathe in slowly and let the night meet you where you are. With every breath, imagine the weight loosening its grip, like a tight knot that gently begins to release. With every exhale, picture what you don't need drifting from you, like mist dissolving in the dark. It's okay if you can't name everything you're releasing. It's okay if your mind still tries to clutch at what your soul wants to lay down. Let your breathing do the praying for you. Let it be a soft confession, a small surrender repeated again and again. I can't carry it all. I don't have to carry it all. I am safe to rest. If the day pressed questions into you that have no clear answers, let them be questions tonight. You do not need to force clarity, answers, grow in quiet soil. When you stop digging, pressing, and demanding, the ground has a chance to rest, so seeds can do their secret, gentle work beneath the surface. Your heart is like that soil. It has been tilled by worry and churned by urgency. Let it lie still now. Let the roots of hope settle deep. You don't need to see growth tonight in order to trust that growth is happening. You are allowed to turn out the light without tying up every loose thread. You are allowed to say, "I'll touch this again tomorrow," and place it on a shelf you can't reach from your pillow. The shelf will still be there in the morning. The morning will still be there for you. Let your body catch up to the promise your heart is hearing. Unclench your jaw, hinge your shoulders down, away from your ears. Relax the small muscles around your eyes. Release the tongue from the roof of your mouth. Let your hands rest open. The way we hold gifts we're ready to receive. If a part of you is still bracing, wondering if something will be asked of you at the last second, hear this. Nothing more is required. You are off duty. You are not the emergency plan tonight. You are not the keeper of every clock. The world is still held when you aren't holding it. The night has its own caretakers. The steady turning of the earth. The unseen mercies that keep breath in your lungs. The quiet faithfulness that watches when you sleep. You can lay down your vigilance and let yourself be kept. Maybe the heaviest thing you carried today wasn't on your calendar. It was a sentence you spoke to yourself. I should have done more. I should be stronger by now. I always mess things up. Tonight, lay down those sentences one by one and listen for a gentler truth. You are not the sum of what you finished. You are not the weight of what is still undone. You are not the worst moment of your day or the single misstep that still stings. You are a person learning how to be alive, and learning is messy and holy all at once. If you need words to counter the old sentences, borrow these. I was human today, and it was enough. I was present where I could be, and it was enough. I was honest about my limits, and it was enough. If your mind resists, do not argue. Just repeat. Repetition builds new paths, the way rivers carve new channels, slowly, steadily, with patience, stronger than stone. Let compassion be the river running through you now. Imagine the burdens you carried as items in a worn backpack. You've lugged it across a long day, the straps carving into your shoulders, the weight shifting with every step. You didn't always get to choose what went inside. Some of it was handed to you. Some of it you picked up for others. Some of it you kept out of habit. Tonight, see a quiet bench at the edge of a still lake. The moon lays a silver path across the water. Sit down. Slip the backpack from your shoulders. Open it. Inside are labeled parcels. Responsibility that truly belongs to me. Responsibility I took that isn't mine. Worry about the future I can't control. Shame I don't deserve. Perfection I keep chasing. Set aside what isn't yours. It does not make you careless to return it. It makes you honest. Keep what is yours, but lighten it by sharing it with God, by naming it in the presence of love. You might find that what remains is smaller than you feared, and even that smaller load does not need to be carried through the night. Close the backpack. Leave it on the bench. Stand lighter than you've stood in days. If memories from earlier sharp words, a look that wounded, a silence that felt like rejection, keep circling your mind, imagine them as paper boats pushed into the water. One by one, set them onto the lake and watch them float away along the moonlit path. You are not denying what happened. You are choosing not to cradle it through your sleep. You can return to what needs repair when morning gives you fresh strength and soft light. Tonight, you are choosing mercy over replays, rest over rehearsals, healing over self-judgment. If your heart tries to bring the boats back, gently turn it toward the shoreline again and watch the slow, silver current, do what you cannot force. Carry things onward without you. Now, bring your attention to the small graces of the day, the ones that hid under the loud noise of hurry, the warm cup of something in your hands, a sentence that landed softly, the way light moved across a wall, a laugh that shook something loose in your chest, a quiet minute you didn't expect. Gather these like pebbles and place them on your nightstand, not as a proof that the day was perfect, but as reminders that goodness does not ask for permission to exist alongside struggle. You are allowed to fall asleep smiling at something small, even when large things remain unresolved. Joy and worry can stand in the same room. You do not have to escort one out for the other to be real. Let gratitude be a low lamp that glows while you drift, not a spotlight that demands performance. If you're afraid that resting now will make tomorrow heavier, hear this promise: true rest does not borrow from tomorrow, it gives to it. Sleep is a seed, not a debt. When you rest, you place a small yes into the soil of the next day. A yes that says you want to meet it awake, not dragging. Let that image settle you. Picture yourself curling like a seed in safe earth. The dark around you, not a danger, but a warm cover. Nothing is expected of the seed in the night, but to be held. No one is asking it to sprout before dawn. It is enough that it is kept. You are enough being kept. If control keeps tugging at your sleeve, if you feel the itch to check, to plan, to rewrite the script in your head, offer that urge a gentle boundary. Speak to it kindly. I know you're trying to keep me safe, but safety and control are not the same. I choose safety tonight. Safety looks like soft sheets, a steady breath, a room that does not ask. Safety looks like trusting that the one who held you through the busiest hour can hold you through your most vulnerable ones. It looks like letting the door of the day click shut, not from neglect, but from care. The hallway light is off. The dishes are done enough. The conversations are paused. What is yours will return to you with the sun. What is not yours will not demand you in the morning the way it did in the dark. You are allowed to trust this. There is a younger you inside who still believes the only way to be loved is to be useful, impressive, or unbreakable. Invite that younger you to lie down beside you now. Tuck a blanket under their chin. Tell them what you did not get to hear when you needed it most. We are loved even when we are still. We belong even when we are quiet. We are enough even when we are ordinary. Feel the way your chest loosens when those words land. Feel the way your ribs make more room for breath. What you are doing tonight, choosing gentleness over grind, softness over strain, is not small. It is reteaching your nervous system a kinder song. If tears come, let them. Tears are clean water moving through a tired heart. They are the body's way of putting language on what the mind can't perfectly describe. They do not mean you are failing. They mean you are finally safe enough to be honest. If no tears come, that's okay too. Stillness without tears is still stillness. There is no right way to rest. There is only the sincere way, the way that meets you where you are and carries you a few steps closer to peace. Picture yourself in a small boat on a quiet harbor. The day's waves have calmed. The ropes are loose in your hands. A lighthouse keeps its steady blink over the water. You reach down and secure the line to the dock. You do it not because you plan to sail tonight, but because you don't. You choose anchoring over motion, presence over progress. You let the boat rock gently without needing to steer it anywhere. Feel the relief of that choice. Feel how the need to decide can take a night off. No directions are required in the dark. Only trust is. Let the lighthouse blink for you. Let the harbor hold you. Let the shore keep its shape without your watch. Now, place a hand on your heart again and a hand on your abdomen. Breathe in for 4. Hold for 4. Exhale for 6. Repeat a few times, not as a technique to fix yourself, but as a rhythm to cradle yourself. Whisper, if you like, a simple cadence between breaths. Here, now, safe, loved, free. If you lose the rhythm, smile and start again. There is no test. There is only a lullaby. Before your eyes grow too heavy, let's speak blessing over the places that ached most today. Over the conversation that left you tender, may it find repair in time, and may you be spared from rehearsing it in your sleep. Over the task you couldn't finish, may tomorrow bring clarity and right-sized energy, and may the unfinished thing not pretend to be your identity. Over the worry that sat in your chest like a stone, may it soften into a question that does not bruise you while you dream. Over your body that asked for more care than you could give, may rest be medicine, and may kindness be the first thing you offer yourself when you wake. And now, a gentle closing for this night. You have carried enough for today. What remains can wait without you. The night is strong enough to hold what you cannot. Mercy is wide enough to gather what you release. You are allowed to step back from every role and simply be the one who is cared for. Let sleep come like a slow tide, faithful and sure. Let it wash away the grit from the shoreline of your thoughts. Let it leave the sand smooth for morning feet. When dawn arrives, it will find you anchored, not adrift, nourished, not spent, ready, not rushed. Until then, close your eyes and rest in the truth that has been singing over you all along. You are safe, you are loved, and you no longer have to carry so much. Tonight, come just as you are, with the honest ache you feel behind your ribs, and the quiet hope that maybe sleep can be more than a brief pause. Maybe it can be a gentle reset. You've been the one who kept moving when the hours dragged, the one who nodded and said, "I've got it," even when your hands were already full. You've been the steady presence in rooms that needed steadiness, and the careful voice in conversations that needed calm. Now, in this hush, where the day finally loosens its grip, you are allowed to set your bundles down. You do not have to hold the world together for a while. Let the night hold you instead. Take a slow breath in and a soft breath out. Let your shoulders fall as if someone just said, "It's over for today." If your mind tries to argue, if it whispers that there's still more to prove, let your breath answer for you. Inhale, peace. Exhale, pressure. Inhale, gentleness. Exhale, judgment. Inhale, presence. Exhale, performance. You are here. You are safe. You are allowed to rest. Let your body remember how to be unhurried. Unclench your toes and let your feet grow heavy under the blanket. Feel your calves soften the way a river slows in winter when ice covers its edges. Let your knees release the day's quick pivots and darting decisions. Let your thighs sink deeper into the mattress. Your hips have been the hinge of every step. Give them permission to be wide and still. Let your belly rise and fall without any demand to hold itself tight. Your chest, faithful bellows, can ease now. Your hands, the ones that typed, carried, washed, held, lifted, and steadied, can open palm up on the sheets like small boats anchored in quiet water. Your shoulders have been your coat hooks for worry. Take the coat down and hang it in the night's wardrobe. Your neck can stop craning forward into the future. Let it lengthen back into the present. Smooth your brow with a simple thought. I am not late to peace. I am right on time for mercy. And if it helps, breathe in for 4 counts, rest for 4 counts, breathe out for 6 counts. Repeat until your breath becomes the gentle metronome of safety. You are not fixing yourself. You are cradling yourself. Think of everything you carried today as an armful of books from a library that never closes. Some titles were assigned to you, some you picked up out of habit, some you borrowed because someone else was too tired to hold them. You've been reading margins, scanning indexes, underlining sentences with your attention. Tonight, step up to the librarian's desk, the kind face that never rushes, and begin to return the books. The future I can't predict. What they think of me. Every possible outcome. Perfect timing. Everybody else's feelings. Slide them across the desk, one by one. The librarian stamps each with a gentle thud and places them on a cart that will be shelved without your help. You keep one slim volume, labeled, "What's Mine for Tomorrow," and you slip a bookmark at the first page you'll open when the sun is up. You do not take it to bed. You do not sleep clutching chapters. You leave the cart to someone else and walk out lighter under the soft click of a closing door. That's what this night can be. A return, a release, a quiet foyer where you leave what isn't yours on a shelf and take nothing heavy into sleep. If your thoughts circle, let them circle like moths around a bedside lamp that is covered by a warm shade. The shade diffuses their bright flutters. The light stays. The sting doesn't. You don't have to swat anything away. You don't have to chase conclusions. You can say, "You may orbit while I rest," and turn your face toward the calmer side of the pillow. Imagine snow falling outside a window, steady, soft, unhurried, muffling the sharp edges of sound in the street. That's what this stillness does to the edges inside you. It quiets them, not by force, but by gentleness. Where your mind tries to catastrophize, answer with a simple boundary. I'm not forecasting storms in the dark. I'm letting tonight be only tonight. Where your mind reaches for lists, answer with a softer rhythm. I will list breaths, not tasks. Where your mind raises its voice, answer with a whisper that knows the truth. I am safe here. I am held here. I can rest here. Maybe the heaviest weight you carried wasn't work or chores. Maybe it was the story you told yourself about your worth. The story that says you're only valuable when you outperform your limits, that kindness must be earned, that rest must be justified. Tonight, let us rewrite that story in a quieter tense. Try these sentences on your tongue and see how they fit. I was human today. That is not a failure. That is a miracle. I did what I could with the light I had. That is not a shortcoming. That is sincerity. I reached my edges. That is not weakness. That is where grace begins. If another voice argues, an old teacher, a past critic, an inner drill sergeant, let that voice be a radio you slowly turn down. You can even say, "Thank you for trying to keep me safe. I'm safe now." You can rest too. People taught you survival strategies that worked once. It's okay if they're too heavy now. Tonight is for setting down what used to save you and has become a burden. Tonight is for choosing softer safety. Bring to mind 3 small mercies from the day, not to force gratitude, but to remind your nervous system that goodness and difficulty can share the same hour. The way steam lifted from a mug and curled like a tiny ribbon. A message that reached you at the right moment. The way the sky shifted color when you weren't watching and you caught the last minute of it anyway. Stack these mercies like smooth stones on a windowsill in your memory. They are not proof that all is well. They are proof that even when not all is well, something is. Let the smallness be enough to tip your inner scales toward rest. You're not performing thankfulness. You're noticing shelter. If there are people you tried to carry today, someone you love who's hurting, a friend who is struggling, a co-worker whose load spills into your hands, bless them and set them gently in the night's keeping. Say their names if you want. Picture placing each one in a warm room with a low lamp and a soft chair, and someone kind watching over them. There is care for them that does not drain you. There is help for them that does not require you to stay awake. You are allowed to be loved without being a lifeline at every hour. You are allowed to be present without being permanent scaffolding. You are allowed to be supportive without being sleepless. Love is not measured by exhaustion. Let this truth loosen the knot between your shoulder blades. And now, let us speak a blessing over the places where you felt thin today. Over the conversation that scraped your tenderness. May it meet repair or release, and may it not echo through your dreams. Over the decision that felt like walking a tightrope, may a wider path appear with the morning. Over the worry that sat cold in your stomach, may warmth find it and melt it slowly. Over the room where you didn't feel seen, may you know you are seen here, fully, without needing to explain. Over the hours you gave without being thanked, may gratitude find you in ways you didn't expect. Over the moment you weren't proud of, may mercy lift its hand and quiet the replay. Over your body, every faithful part may rest, be medicine, uncomplicated and deep. If control keeps tapping your shoulder, asking for just one more check, just one more plan, greet it like a child who is afraid of the dark. Take its hand and walk to the window. Show it the streetlight spreading a safe circle on the sidewalk, the steady pulse of the city, the stillness of the tree branches. Say, I see you. I know you're trying to protect us. It's time to sleep now. Close the curtains with intention, turn the latch on the day, and set down the keys. You are not abandoning responsibility. You are honoring your limits. You're not quitting. You're cocooning. What is truly yours will still be yours in the morning, and you'll be more ready to meet it when you've allowed night to knit you back together. When you lie back, feel how the mattress rises to meet you, the way a shoreline meets the tide. You do not have to hold yourself up. Let the pillow receive the story your head has been rehearsing, and keep it safely until morning. If you need a simple cadence to rock you into sleep, try this one. With the in-breath, here. With the out-breath, now. With the in-breath, loved. With the out-breath, free. Not as a magic trick, but as a rhythm that tells your cells the truth. If your thoughts wander, invite them to wander in a meadow, not an alley. Let them drift among soft grass and quiet crickets instead of brick walls and deadlines. You're not forcing quiet. You're choosing a gentler landscape for your mind to walk through while your body rests. Imagine a small cabin at the edge of a dusk blue lake. You enter and light a single lamp. On the table, there is a wooden bowl. Anything that tugs at you may go into the bowl. A name, a task, a question, a fear. Drop each in and hear the soft hollow sound as it lands. Plunk, 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 until the bowl is full and your hands are empty. You leave the bowl on the table with the lamp shining over it, and you walk to the bed already turned down. There is no alarm set for the bowl. There is no thief in the woods. There is only the steady hush of water and the quiet breath of trees. You slide between the sheets and let the cabin keep watch. You don't have to revisit the bowl. You don't have to rearrange its contents. Let the lamp be faith enough. And if you find yourself on the edge of tears, let them come. Tears are how the body drains what words couldn't. They are not a problem to fix. They are proof that something inside you trusts this moment enough to soften. If no tears arrive, your softness is not smaller. Perhaps softness looks like the way your jaw unhooks, or the way your hands uncurl, or the way your breath no longer stutters at the top. No matter how it appears, welcome it. Welcome anything that moves you from bracing to belonging. Now a final promise to carry across the threshold into sleep. You have permission to be finite. You have permission to pause. You have permission to be cared for. The day tried to convince you that your worth was in your output. The night reminds you that your worth is in your being. The day tried to tell you that everything would fall apart without your vigilance. The night proves that the earth keeps spinning while you let go. The day tried to rush you. The night will not. You can keep time tonight by the slow bowing of your breath and the quiet lowering of your thoughts. You can trust that what is truly yours will wait for you, and what is not will wander off without you needing to chase it. Let us close with a gentle release. I set down what is not mine. I lighten what is. I bless what I cannot change. I rest where I am held. May this be the softness that carries you into sleep, the kind that doesn't demand dreams behave, the kind that doesn't measure your rest by how quickly you fall under, the kind that knows even half a sleep is a holy bridge. Let your eyes grow heavy like curtains at the end of a play, the stage going quiet, the orchestra's last note hanging in the air before it fades. Let your arms feel warm and weightless. Let your thoughts drift like lanterns across a dark river. When they reach the far bank, let them settle among trees that whisper, tomorrow. For now the only word you need is enough. Enough for today, enough of carrying, enough of trying. You are safe, you are loved, you can sleep. Tonight, let yourself arrive slowly, without rushing, without needing to be anything more than you are in this moment. The day has already taken what it demanded from you. You have already poured yourself out in ways seen and unseen, and now, here, you are invited to simply no more tasks, no more pretending, no more lifting weights that belong to someone else. This prayer is your pause, your chance to breathe in gentleness and breathe out the pressure that has lingered on your chest. It is your permission slip to rest, to put down what you cannot carry another step. Take a deep breath in, hold it softly, and let it go. With that breath, imagine setting down the invisible bags you've been dragging all day. You do not have to lift them again tonight. They will not vanish, but they do not belong in your bed. You can let them rest where they are, while you find peace where you are. Maybe what you carried today was too heavy to name aloud. Maybe it was disappointment you didn't want anyone to see. Maybe it was fear that you covered with a smile. Maybe it was anger you swallowed instead of speaking. Those weights press as much as any workload, sometimes more, and your body knows it. Your spirit feels it. Your heart has been aching for relief. Tonight, relief is here. Tonight, you are allowed to lay your secrets down, even if only in whispers between your breaths. You don't need to explain them. You don't need to justify them. You only need to release them into the quiet. Let the night hold what your hands cannot. Let grace take what guilt has claimed. Let peace gather what pain has scattered. You've been strong long enough. The kind of strength that wears out your bones and burns behind your eyes. The kind of strength that hides tears and forces smiles. The kind of strength that keeps going even when you can't. But strength is not the absence of rest. True strength knows when to stop carrying. True strength trusts that rest is not weakness, but wisdom. Tonight, wisdom is calling you back to stillness. Tonight, strength is found in letting go. Whisper to yourself, I am safe to rest. I do not need to hold it all anymore. Say it again, until your heart believes the words. You are safe to rest. You do not need to hold it all anymore. Imagine yourself walking along a quiet path in the evening. You've been carrying bags on your shoulders, heavy and overstuffed. Each bag represents something you held today, expectations, worries, regrets, responsibilities. You come to a bench beneath a tall tree. You sit down, you slide one bag off and set it beside you. Then another, then another. You watch your shoulders straighten. You hear the sigh that escapes your lips, a sigh you didn't know you were holding. For the first time in hours, your body feels light. You look up at the branches above you, leaves stirring softly in the breeze, and you realize you don't have to get up yet. You don't have to pick the bags back up. You can stay here, lighter, freer, unburdened. Let that image stay with you as you close your eyes tonight. Every exhale is you placing another bag on the bench. Every inhale is you drawing in peace that cannot be stolen. Rest in that rhythm. Rest in that truth. If your mind tries to remind you of what isn't finished, speak back gently. Say, "It can wait." If it insists, say it again. "It can wait." If it grows louder, answer with the steady cadence of your breath, the lullaby of your body slowing down. Because it really can wait. The world does not fall apart when you sleep. Little people who love you do not stop being loved because you rest. The tasks do not lose their meaning if they are finished tomorrow instead of today. It can wait. You cannot. You cannot wait another day to rest. You cannot wait for perfect circumstances. You cannot wait for every worry to be resolved. You need rest now, and you are worthy of it. You're worth more than your productivity, more than your completion, more than your performance. You are worth the softness of sleep and the kindness of peace. Do not withhold it from yourself tonight. Think of the night as a shelter built for you. The stars are its roof, steady and watchful. The moon is its lamp, shining softly without demanding your attention. The darkness is not an enemy, but a blanket, wrapping you in privacy and safety. Inside this shelter, no one is asking you to prove yourself. No one is weighing your worth. No one is demanding more. Inside this shelter, you are enough, simply by existing. You are enough, lying down. You are enough, breathing slowly. You are enough, closing your eyes. Let the shelter of night hold you. Let it remind you that even when you stop carrying, you are carried. Even when you stop striving, you are safe. Even when you stop performing, you are loved. If you feel guilty for resting, let me tell you this. Guilt is a liar. Guilt says you must earn what is freely given. Guilt says you must be perfect before you are worthy. But rest is not earned. Rest is a gift. You don't demand it from your heartbeat. It beats because that is its nature. You don't demand it from the sunrise. It rises because that is what it does. In the same way, you don't have to demand rest from yourself. You receive it because you are human. Being human is reason enough. Being tired is reason enough. Being alive is reason enough. Tonight, lay guilt aside. Tonight, let kindness take its place. Whisper, "I am allowed to rest." Whisper, "I am loved even when I am still." Whisper, "I do not have to carry too much anymore." These are your truths. Let them be your lullaby. And if memories from today come back to you, knocking at the door of your mind, you do not need to let them all in. Some may wait on the porch until morning. Some may wander off when you do not answer. You are not being irresponsible by resting. You are being faithful to your body, to your soul, to the one life you've been given. Faithful rest is not selfish. It is survival. It is healing. It is holy. You have given enough. You have carried enough. Now you give yourself the one thing you've been withholding, permission to lay it all down. As you close your eyes, imagine hands stronger than yours taking what you cannot hold. Imagine a presence kinder than your own self-talk whispering over you. You have done enough. You are safe now. You are loved. Sleep. Let those words circle you like a soft current, carrying you deeper into rest. No striving, no carrying, no earning, just being, just breathing, just sleeping. And in the morning, you will rise lighter, freer, ready to carry only what is truly yours. But for now, let it all go. You are loved. You can rest. Tonight you have reached another ending, another place where the hours of the day bow out and the curtain falls on everything you tried to carry. Some things you carried well, others slipped through your fingers, and still others you never should have picked up in the first place. But here, in this sacred pause, none of that matters as much as this. You are here, and you are tired, and you are being invited to rest. You are not required to keep holding everything you held during the day. You are not required to rehearse every detail. You are not required to fix what went wrong before you close your eyes. You are only asked to release, to surrender, to trust that rest will do more for you than another hour of striving ever could. Take a deep breath now and feel how even a simple inhale begins to reset your weary spirit. Think about what weighed on you today. Maybe it was the heaviness of responsibility, the work you carried for yourself, for your family, for people who don't even know how much you give. Maybe it was worry that sat in the back of your mind like a stone you couldn't shake. Maybe it was sadness you tried to hide, or anger you tried to swallow, or disappointment that clung to you long after the moment had passed. These are not easy weights. They press down on your body, they take up space in your thoughts, they make it hard to breathe. But you were never meant to sleep with them still strapped to your shoulders. Tonight is the time to take them off, to place them gently aside, to let your body and soul stretch out under the soft cover of peace. Every exhale can be the setting down of another burden. Every inhale can be the drawing in of mercy. Imagine standing at the edge of a river. In your hands you hold stones, each one representing something you carried today. They're heavy. Some you picked up willingly, others you felt forced to hold. One stone is labeled fear. Another is lying awake, worrying. Another is regret. Another is pressure to be perfect. Another is carrying everyone else's feelings. You look at them and realize you cannot keep holding them if you want to walk forward. One by one, you drop them into the river. You hear the splash. You see the ripples widen, and then they are gone beneath the current, carried by something stronger than you. You keep dropping stones until your hands are empty, until your shoulders feel lighter, until you can finally take a deep, unlabored breath. The river does not ask you why you carried them. The river does not accuse you for holding on so long. The river only receives, only carries, only frees. Tonight, let your bed be that river. Let your breathing be the release of stones. Let the night carry what you cannot. Your body longs for this letting go. Your bones ache for relief. Your muscles want to stop bracing. Your heart longs to beat without racing. Your mind begs to be still. You can give your body this gift. Stretch out, unclench your hands, soften your jaw, release the tension in your shoulders. Feel the weight of the blanket reminding you that you don't need to be the one holding everything up. The mattress cradles you. The pillow receives the thoughts you cannot resolve. You are supported. You are safe. You can let go. If your mind tries to drag you back into loops, rehashing conversations, replaying mistakes, rushing ahead to tomorrow's tasks, pause and speak softly to yourself. Not now. It can wait. Tonight is for rest. Say it again. It can wait. Tonight is for rest. You are not denying reality. You are choosing rhythm. You are choosing to let the day end. You are choosing to believe that rest is not abandonment, but wisdom. The problems will still exist tomorrow, but you will meet them with a rested spirit. That is more powerful than any late-night solution you could force tonight. Rest is preparation. Rest is trust. Rest is strength, disguised as softness. Now picture yourself as a traveler, carrying a pack on a long journey. All day, you have walked with this weight. Your shoulders are sore, your feet are blistered, your energy is low. As night falls, you come to a quiet inn on the side of the road. A warm light shines in the window. You step inside, set your pack down by the door, and sink into a chair. No one asks what's inside your pack. No one demands that you unpack it right away. They simply hand you bread, water, and a blanket. You eat slowly, drink deeply, and curl up by the fire. The pack is still there, by the door, but you do not carry it tonight. You will pick it up in the morning, perhaps lighter, perhaps with help. For now, it rests. And so do you. This is what tonight offers. This is what God offers. A safe inn, a soft chair, a quiet fire, a place where your soul can put the pack down and simply. It is possible you feel guilty for stopping. The world has taught you that constant motion is virtue, that sleepless striving is noble, that collapse is weakness. But listen, guilt is not your guide. Rest is not laziness. Rest is sacred. Rest is permission written into creation itself. The sun sets, the moon rises, the earth turns. All of nature rests in rhythm. Why should you be the only one who refuses the gift? You are part of this rhythm too. You are allowed to stop. You are allowed to breathe. You are allowed to sleep. Say it out loud. I am allowed to rest. I am allowed to rest. I am allowed to rest. Let those words wash over the guilt. Let them anchor you in truth. You are not failing by resting. You are finally being faithful to your own soul. Let us bless the hardest parts of your day. The conversation that stung may lose its sharpness in the night and return tomorrow, softened by mercy. The unfinished task, may it wait for you without shame. The person who disappointed you, may they be held by grace. You don't have to manufacture. The moment you weren't proud of, may it become a teacher instead of a tormentor. The ache in your body, rest be medicine that seeps into your bones. The fear that kept whispering, may silence cover it like a soft blanket. Over every place you felt thin, may rest lay itself down thick and heavy, like snow falling over rough ground, covering the jagged edges until the landscape looks smooth again. If memories from long ago rise up in the quiet, trying to haunt you, remind them that tonight is not their stage. You are not here to rewatch old pain. You are here to receive new peace. Place those memories in a box, tie it with string, and set it on a shelf you cannot reach from bed. Tell them, not tonight. I will face you another time. Tonight belongs to rest. Then turn your face toward gentler things. Think of a field at dusk, fireflies blinking softly. Think of waves rolling on a quiet shore. Think of stars stretched wide above you, steady and ancient. These are the pictures you deserve to fall asleep with. These are the truths that carry you toward peace. And now, as your eyelids grow heavy, let this blessing close the night. You have carried enough for today. You do not need to carry it into tomorrow's dawn. You are allowed to lay it down. You are allowed to rest. You are allowed to be loved even in your stillness. Sleep now, lightened, safe, and whole. The night will keep watch. Mercy will hold what you cannot. You are free to rest. Tonight, as you arrive in this quiet space, let yourself notice just how much you've been holding. Some of it was obvious. Tasks, responsibilities, deadlines, decisions. Some of it was invisible. Silent worries, unspoken fears, hidden sadness that you carried without letting anyone else see. The truth is, no one around you can fully know the weight you bore today. Only you felt it pressing against your chest. Only you heard it whispering in your mind. Only you know how deeply tired it left you. But now, here in this moment, you do not need to explain it or justify it. You do not need to rehearse the story of the day. You are simply invited to rest. You are simply allowed to let go. Close your eyes gently and take a slow breath in. Feel how your lungs feel like sails catching wind. Now breathe out and let the air leave slowly, carrying with it tension, carrying with it all the voices that told you to keep going when you wanted to stop. Inhale gentleness. Exhale weight. Inhale peace. Exhale striving. Inhale presence. Exhale pressure. Let the rhythm carry you away from the noise of the day and into the stillness of night. Think of all the moments today when you told yourself, just a little longer, just one more thing, just hold on. You kept carrying because you thought you had to, because you believed no one else could, because you were afraid of what would happen if you stopped. But now hear this truth. You can stop. The world will not collapse if you let go for one night. The people you love will not be abandoned because you sleep. The work will not disappear if you pause. You are allowed to stop. You are allowed to breathe. You are allowed to rest. Whisper those words until your heart begins to believe them. I am allowed to stop. I am allowed to breathe. I am allowed to rest. Maybe your body has been telling you this all along. The heaviness in your eyes, the ache in your shoulders, the way your mind drifted when you tried to focus. Your body has been asking for mercy, for a pause, for a gentler rhythm, and tonight you will give it what it needs. Stretch out your hands, uncurl your fingers. Let your arms fall softly at your sides. Loosen your jaw, soften your brow. Allow the bed beneath you to carry your full weight. You do not need to hold yourself up anymore. You're being held, you're supported, you are safe. Now, imagine walking into a small room with a warm light glowing in the corner. In the middle of the room is a table, and on the table is a large bowl. This bowl is here for you. It is strong enough to hold whatever you place inside it. One by one, begin to lay your burdens into the bowl. Place the worry about tomorrow. Place the regret about today. Place the heaviness you carried for someone else. Place the expectation that you should have been more than you were. With each burden you set down, notice the bowl does not break. Notice how it receives everything without judgment. Notice how your arms grow lighter as you let go. When the bowl is full, step back and leave it there. You do not need to carry it to bed. It will be tended to while you sleep. You are free to walk away empty-handed. If thoughts return, knocking at the door of your mind, you don't have to let them in. Not tonight. You can tell them. You may wait until morning. Tonight is for rest. If they insist, imagine closing the door gently and turning the key. You are not being careless. You are being kind to yourself. You are honoring your limits. You are giving yourself what you have needed all along, permission to rest. Think of the night as a soft river flowing around you. The current is slow, steady, carrying away what you no longer need. All you have to do is float. You don't need to steer. You don't need to fight the current. You don't need to swim against it. You only need to lie back and trust that the water knows the way. Trust that you are safe being carried. Trust that letting go is the very thing that brings you peace. There may be a voice inside you that still argues, that still says, but what if, what about, you should have. Let that voice fade like an echo in the distance. You do not need to chase it. You do not need to answer it. Let it drift farther and farther away until all you hear is the quiet sound of your own breathing. That breathing is enough. That breathing is prayer. That breathing is rest. If guilt tries to creep in, reminding you of all the ways you could have done more, remember this. Guilt is not your guide tonight. Compassion is. Compassion tells you that you gave what you could with the strength you had. Compassion tells you that being human is messy and holy all at once. Compassion tells you that you're worthy of rest, not because you completed everything, but because you exist. You do not have to justify sleep. You do not have to earn peace. You do not have to explain why you are tired. You are tired because you are human, and humans need rest. That is reason enough. So here is a blessing for your night over your tired body. May peace settle like a warm blanket. Over your restless thoughts, may calmness spread like a slow tide. Over your worried heart, may mercy breathe soft and steady. Over your hidden wounds, may healing begin quietly in the dark. Over your entire being, may love speak one truth again and again. You are safe. You are enough. You can rest. As you drift closer to sleep, imagine yourself lying in a wide field under a sky full of stars. Each star shines without your effort. Each one glows because it was made to not because you are holding it up. That is how life works too. Much continues without your striving. Much is sustained without your carrying. You can lie under the stars and know that the universe will keep spinning even as you close your eyes. You can rest because you were never meant to hold it all. You can rest because love is holding you. So tonight, release the weight, release the worry, release the pressure. Let the night carry it. Let mercy hold it. Let rest renew you. And when morning comes, you will rise lighter, freer, ready to carry only what is truly yours. Until then, let sleep come gently. Let peace wrap around you. Let your soul rest in the truth. You are safe. You are loved. You can sleep. Tonight, come into this stillness without feeling the need to prove anything. You have done enough for the day. You have given what you could, even if your mind insists it wasn't perfect. You have walked through the hours carrying not only your own weight, but also pieces of others' burdens. And now your body aches with the invisible strain. Your spirit feels stretched thin, and your heart longs for a place to set it all down. This is that place. This is the moment where you are free to loosen your grip, where you are allowed to breathe without holding so tightly. Take a deep breath, hold it gently, and let it go. Let the release remind you, you do not have to keep carrying everything into the night. Think of how much you have been holding: conversations unfinished, tasks left undone, worries about tomorrow, guilt about yesterday, the quiet griefs you did not name, the fears you tried to ignore. Each of these things is heavy. Each has pulled at your shoulders, tugged at your chest, drained your energy, and yet you kept walking, kept smiling, kept moving through the hours as if the weight were invisible. But your body knows, your heart knows, your soul knows. Tonight is the time to lay it down. You cannot heal if you never rest. You cannot recover if you never release. You cannot live fully if you are always bracing. Tonight, the invitation is simple. Put it down. Imagine standing at the edge of the ocean. In your hands are small stones, each one representing something you carried today. One stone is labeled fear of tomorrow. Another is regret. Another is responsibility that isn't mine. Another is shame. Another is exhaustion. You step into the water, cool waves touching your ankles, and you drop the stones one by one into the sea. You watch the ripples spread. You watch the water swallow them without resistance. And then you notice your hands are empty. Your shoulders are lighter. You walk back to shore free, lighter than before. That is what rest does. It is not denial, it is release. It is trusting that what you cannot carry will be carried by something greater than you. If your mind is still restless, whisper to yourself, "It can wait." Let that be your mantra tonight. It can wait. The unfinished task, the unanswered message, the unresolved problem, the uncertain future. It can wait. The night does not demand resolution. The night only offers rest. You do not have to tie up every loose end before sleep. You do not have to earn rest by solving everything first. Rest is a gift. Rest is your right. Rest is the medicine your soul needs. Say it again. It can wait. Tonight is for rest. Your body has longed for this. Feel your muscles soften, your shoulders drop, your chest rise and fall more slowly. Feel the heaviness in your eyelids as permission, not resistance. You do not have to fight it. You do not have to resist it. You can let yourself be carried into sleep. Think of your bed as a safe boat, your pillow as a gentle shore, your blanket as calm waters holding you steady. You are not drifting aimlessly. You are being held. You are safe. You are loved. You can rest. Now, bring to mind 3 small graces from the day. Not because you need to prove thankfulness, but because you deserve to remember that even in heaviness, goodness still touched you. Maybe it was the way sunlight spilled through a window. Maybe it was a kind word from someone. Maybe it was a laugh you didn't expect, or a moment of quiet you didn't plan. Let these memories be like candles in the dark, small but steady, reminding you that hope does not leave you even on weary days. Carry those candles with you as you close your eyes. Let their glow keep you warm in the dark. And if guilt tries to speak again, telling you that you should be doing more, answer it with truth. I have done enough. I am enough. I am allowed to rest. Say it softly until your soul begins to believe it. The truth is simple, but it is powerful. You do not need to be extraordinary tonight. You do not need to impress anyone. You only need to rest. You only need to be, and that is more than enough. So here is the blessing for this night. Over your body, may rest flow like a river, washing away the strain. Over your mind, may peace cover every restless thought. Over your heart, may gentleness whisper, you are safe. Over your spirit, may love remind you, you are not alone. Sleep now, carried, kept, cherished. Sleep now, lighter than you have been all day. Sleep now, knowing you no longer have to carry too much. Tonight you've reached a threshold, the quiet doorway between everything you carried through the day and the softness that is waiting on the other side. You do not have to bring your heavy bags into this room. You do not have to explain why your shoulders ache or why your thoughts keep circling the same tired paths. Simply arrive. Let the hinge of the day close behind you with a gentle click and feel the spaciousness of a room where nothing is demanded of you. Take one slow breath in and a longer breath out. With that exhale, picture the dust of hurry settling to the ground. With the next exhale, imagine a latch sliding into place on all the doors that lead back into pressure. You are here. You are safe. You are welcome to rest. Let your body hear this welcome first. Start at your feet. Allow them to grow heavy as if the floor itself has agreed to carry them. Calves loosen, knees soften, thighs sink, hips release the day's pivots. Your belly rises and falls without being held tight. Chest unwinds, shoulder blades drop like quiet curtains. Arms lengthen, hands unfurl, palms open, as if to say, I am ready to receive calm. Your neck stops leaning into a future that hasn't arrived. The muscles around your eyes, smooth like water settling in a saucer. Tongue falls from the roof of your mouth. Jaw lets go of the invisible arguments it has been clenching. Breathe again, not to perform, just to be. Breathe as a lullaby your body remembers from before the world grew loud. If your mind doesn't trust this silence yet, give it something gentle to do. Imagine a long wooden shelf along one wall of this room, and a stack of little cards and twine. Write, one card at a time. The things tugging at your sleeve. That email, the conversation I wish had gone differently. The number in the bank account, tomorrow's logistics, the ache I can't quite name. The person I'm worried about, the standard I keep chasing. Tie each card to a smooth stone and set it on the shelf. The shelf does not wobble. It was built for weight. When you've placed them all, step back and notice. Your hands are open. Your pockets are empty. Your chest has room again. Turn from the shelf and leave the stones where they belong, stored, not shouldered. There is a train that runs only at night, and it stops for you now. Its carriages are quiet, lit by warm lamps. The conductor doesn't check tickets. He only asks one question. With a kind glance, will you ride without your burdens? Nod yes. Step on board. On the platform you leave a wagon you've been dragging, full of everyone's expectations, full of outcomes you cannot control. The train pulls away and the platform grows smaller. You didn't abandon anything. You simply chose to travel light while you sleep. The rhythm of the rails becomes your breathing, in, out, steady, kind, unhurried. The landscape moving past the window is your day receding. Important, real, but no longer inside the car with you. A younger part of you may still whisper that rest is risky, that you must hold the world through the night or something will break. Invite that younger part to sit beside you and press a mug of something warm into their hands. Tell them what no one thought to say. You were never meant to be the night watch for everything. There are lights that shine without your tending, tides that turn without your command, mercies that keep vigil when you sleep. Feel how their shoulders lower as you speak. Feel how yours lower too. You are both allowed to be small and safe at the same time. Think of the ways you tried today. The moments you offered patience you weren't sure you had. The small brave choices no one applauded. The honest no that cost you. The imperfect yes you gave anyway. Let these efforts be honored here. Lay them on a low table like humble gifts, not trophies. Whisper over them, enough. If a voice arrives telling what you didn't do, turn down its volume the way you might lower a radio in a sleeping house. You can tell the truth without cruelty. There will be time. I am not a machine. I am a person. I choose kindness toward myself tonight. If grief knocks, do not banish it. Pull a chair to the window and let it sit with you in the dim light. You needn't make conversation. Just breathe together and watch the soft glow of street lamps make halos on the pavement. Sometimes grief only asks to be included in the room, not solved. Sometimes tears are a warm rain that loosens the soil so healing can grow. If no tears come, the soil still softens in quiet. Do not measure your rest by how it looks. Measure it by how gently you allow yourself to be here. Now bless what felt most fragile today. Over the misunderstanding, may clarity come in the morning or compassion in its place. Over the fatigue, may sleep become medicine that reaches the muscles you forgot you had. Over the shame, may a truer story rise up and wrap you like a shawl. Over the fear, may it shrink to a size your courage can hold. Over the loneliness, may presence meet you in ways you didn't see coming. Over the self-judgment, may mercy teach you a softer tone. Bless too the part of you that kept moving when you wanted to stop. Tell it thank you, and also tell it good night. If control keeps tapping at the glass, one more check, one more plan, open your palm and let the urge perch there like a small bird. Say, I know you're trying to protect me, but protection and pressure are not the same. You can rest. Then open your hand and watch it lift into the dark, not lost, just unneeded, until morning. Close the window and draw the curtain. The room keeps its warm shape. Nothing meaningful disappears because you chose to be gentle with yourself. Gather 3 moments of good from the day, not to argue with hardship, but to remind your nervous system that goodness and hardship can share a table. The way someone's laughter loosened a knot behind your ribs, the pattern the wind made in a tree, the brief minute you felt okay without trying. Place those moments like quiet lanterns on your nightstand. You don't stare at them, you just let their low light say, you are not alone today, and you are not alone now. Let this blessing settle over you like a quilt pieced from calm. You are not required to hold every rope. You are not the hinge on which everything turns. You are allowed to take your hands off the wheel and feel the strong current of care carry you. May rest come like a harbor after long water. May peace come like a hush after the last instrument fades. May love come like a steady hand on your back saying, lie down, I'll keep watch. May your dreams be unpoliced, your breath unhurried, your bones remembering what it is to be unbraced. If you need words to rock you towards sleep, let them be few and kind. On the inhale, here. On the exhale, safe. Inhale, held. Exhale, free. Keep the cadence until the mind grows drowsy and the body believes. If thoughts attempt a last parade, let them march past without salutes. You owe them nothing at this hour. If the future flashes headlines you cannot read yet, close the paper and set it on tomorrow's doorstep. The morning will unfold its pages in gentler light. Before you cross fully into sleep, return once more to that shelf along the wall. See how the stones with their labeled tags sit quietly, not clamoring, not multiplying. Some will need your attention in time, some will not. None require you now. Lift your gaze from them and notice the lamp that has burned the whole time, steady, soft, enough. Switch it off with a blessing. What is mine will be mine in the morning. What is not will release me. I will not outrun grace in my sleep. Now pull the covers to your collarbone, turn your face toward the side that feels like home, and let your breath become a tide that knows its way in the dark. You have set down what was too heavy. You have honored what hurt. You have welcomed what helped. Nothing more is needed. Sleep is a good ending for a long day. Let it end here. Let it end gently. Let it end with this truth, humming low and sure beneath everything. You have done enough. You are enough. You are safe. Rest. Tonight, let your heart finally exhale. The day has asked much of you, more than you had, perhaps, and you still gave it. You walked through conversations that took pieces of your energy, tasks that pulled on your focus, feelings that demanded you carry them in silence. And yet here you are, reaching this quiet space where the weight doesn't get to follow. This moment belongs to rest, not responsibility. This moment belongs to peace, not performance. As you listen and breathe, picture the burdens sliding gently from your shoulders to the ground. You do not need to reach for them again. You are safe without them for the night. Close your eyes. Inhale slowly, as if you're drawing calm into your chest. Hold it softly. Then exhale longer than you inhaled. With every breath, imagine dust being swept from the rooms of your soul. You are not pushing, not forcing. You are letting the natural rhythm of breath do its quiet work. Breathing is prayer. Breathing is release. Breathing is surrender. Inhale what is gentle. Exhale what is heavy. Inhale mercy. Exhale striving. Inhale love. Exhale fear. Let the simple act of breathing become your lullaby. Now imagine a small wooden bridge in a forest at night. You have been carrying a heavy pack across the path, full of expectations, regrets, worries, doubts. When you reach the bridge, you stop. At the center there is a rail, and on it hangs a sign that reads, "Set it down here." Slowly, you take the pack off your back and place it on the ground. You rest your hands on it one last time, then walk away lighter. The pack does not chase you. It stays where you left it, because that is what burdens do when you finally choose to let them go. You cross the rest of the bridge with ease, breathing deeper, walking freer. Tonight, you are crossing that bridge. Tonight, you are leaving what is too heavy behind. If your mind keeps racing, whisper these words, "It can wait." Over and over, softly but firmly, it can wait. The unfinished things can wait. The fears can wait. The voices in your head can wait. They do not belong in this room of rest. They will not vanish, but they will not haunt you if you refuse to invite them in. Draw a boundary. Tonight belongs to peace. Tonight belongs to sleep. Tonight belongs to you and the mercy that keeps watch while you rest. Remember, you are not your productivity. You're not the list you did or didn't finish. You're not the harsh words your mind tries to replay. You're not the pressure to always be more. You're a soul deserving of kindness. You're a human allowed to pause. You're a beloved being who can rest without earning it. Whisper to yourself, "I am enough. I have done enough. I can rest." Repeat it until the guilt fades and only gentleness remains. Think of the bed beneath you as a safe shore after a long swim. The blanket is the sand warming you. The pillow is the earth receiving your thoughts. The tide of sleep is rising slowly, steadily, covering the day with its soft waves. You do not need to resist. You can float. You can be carried. Sleep will not drown you. It will hold you. It will mend the torn places, refill the empty spaces, quiet the restless spaces. It will do for you what you cannot do for yourself. Let it in. Let it work. Let it heal. And if you wake in the night, remember, you do not need to pick the burdens back up. They are still on the bridge. They are still on the bowl. They are still on the shelf. Wherever you placed them earlier, they remain. You can roll over, breathe again, and return to rest without shame. Rest is not one chance you must grab perfectly. It is a river, always ready to take you back in. Step into it again and again. Let the current hold you. So here is the blessing for this night. May your body be wrapped in peace, deeper than tiredness. May your mind be washed in calm, stronger than fear. May your heart be held in gentleness, greater than guilt. May your spirit be reminded again and again, you do not have to carry too much. You are loved. You are free to rest. Close your eyes now. Feel how the night leans close, whispering, enough, 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 enough. Let that word settle into your bones. Enough striving, enough carrying, enough worrying. You have done enough. You are enough. You can sleep. Tonight, step into this moment as if it were a gentle doorway where the noise of the day cannot follow you. Leave behind the echoes of conversations that drained you, the unfinished work that tugged at your conscience, the silent fears you carried in your chest. Here, none of it can claim you. Here, the night is a sanctuary, a quiet room prepared for your soul. Breathe in slowly, and let the air remind you that life continues without your effort. Breathe out, and let that breath carry away every weight you've been clutching too tightly. Feel the truth rising in you. I do not need to carry so much anymore. Think of your body, faithful, weary, asking only to be noticed kindly. It bore the strain of today's burdens, even the ones you didn't name. It deserves to be treated like something precious. Let your shoulders drop. Let your hands open. Let your face soften. Notice how your chest moves with every inhale and exhale, steady as the tide. Let that tide wash away the dust of the day, smoothing every sharp edge, quieting every restless thought. Your body is allowed to be heavy in rest. You are allowed to sink into the mattress, as if the earth itself has promised to carry you tonight, and it has. Now, picture yourself carrying a lantern through a dark path. In your other hand, you hold bags, heavy and overfilled. Each bag has a name: worry, regret, responsibility, guilt, expectation. The straps dig into your skin, slowing your steps, bending your back. You reach a clearing where a bench sits beneath the stars. You stop. One by one, you set the bags down. You do not open them. You do not inspect them. You simply release them. You place the lantern beside you and sit down, feeling lighter with every burden you let go. The night air is cool. The stars are wide above you, and you realize you don't need the bags to belong here. You don't need the weight to prove your worth. You are enough without it all. Stay in that clearing now. Stay where your soul can breathe. Sometimes the heaviest thing we carry is not responsibility, but the story we tell ourselves. Maybe today the story was, I should have been stronger. Maybe it was, I failed again. Maybe it was, I will never be enough. These stories cling like chains, convincing you that rest must be earned. But hear this truth tonight. Those stories are not the whole of who you are. You are not your mistakes. You are not your unfinished tasks. You are not the weight of everyone's expectations. You are a human being, and you are allowed to rest simply because you exist. Whisper it now. I am enough as I am. I can rest as I am. Let the words soak into your spirit like rain on thirsty ground. If your mind still tries to race, picture it as a flock of birds circling above you. They flap and caw, restless and loud, but instead of chasing them, you lie back in the grass of that clearing and watch. You do not need to catch them. You do not need to silence them. You let them circle until slowly, one by one, they fly off into the night. Soon the sky is clear again, wide and calm, and you are left with only the quiet rhythm of your breath. This is what happens when you stop wrestling your thoughts. They no longer control you. They no longer carry you away. You remain grounded and safe. Let us bless the hardest parts of today. Over the frustration that lingered, may it loosen and dissolve in the night. Over the fear you couldn't shake, may it shrink until morning light makes it easier to face. Over the sorrow you didn't speak, may comfort wrap itself around you like a soft blanket. Over the decisions that exhausted you, may clarity come gently tomorrow. Over your tired body, may rest be deep enough to heal what strain has broken down. Over your entire being, may peace flow like water through every crack, filling you with calm. Think of someone you tried to carry today. Maybe you worried about them. Maybe you felt responsible for their happiness. Maybe you tried to fix what you couldn't. Picture them now, not in your arms, but in a safe place of their own, watched over, cared for, held by love larger than yours. Whisper their name and entrust them to that love. You do not abandon them by resting. You honor them by trusting they are cared for beyond what you can give. Let them go for the night and let yourself sleep knowing they are not alone. Now, turn inward again. Place your hand on your heart. Feel it beat, steady and sure, carrying you through every hour without your command. Whisper softly, I am safe. I am loved. I can rest. Say it again until the rhythm of the words matches the rhythm of your breath. Safe, loved, rest. Loved, rest. Let that be your lullaby tonight. And as sleep comes closer, let this blessing close around you like a final embrace. You have carried enough. You have given enough. You have tried enough. Tonight is not for trying. Tonight is not for carrying. Tonight is for rest. May you lie down in safety. May you rise tomorrow lighter. May the night hold every burden you leave behind. Sleep now, beloved soul. You are safe. You are loved. You can finally rest. Tonight you are invited once again to release the day from your hands. You do not need to explain how heavy it felt. You do not need to justify your tiredness. And you do not need to prove that you've earned your rest. The very fact that you are here, breathing, with a body that has worked hard to carry you through these hours, is enough reason to stop now. Let your breath remind you of this truth. Inhale, calm. Exhale, weight. Inhale, gentleness. Exhale, pressure. Inhale, mercy. Exhale, guilt. Each breath is a quiet act of surrender, a soft step toward peace. Think of the many ways you carried more than you share today. Perhaps it was responsibilities that piled up one after another. Perhaps it was the emotions of those around you that you absorbed into your own heart. Perhaps it was expectations that whispered you should be better, faster, stronger. All of these became invisible weights pressing down on you. But here, tonight, you are allowed to place them down. You are not abandoning them. You are simply acknowledging that you cannot carry them forever. You are choosing wisdom over exhaustion. You are choosing to rest. Picture yourself walking through a forest path at night. The air cool and still. On your back is a pack filled with the burdens of the day. It digs into your shoulders. It makes your steps slow. At last you reach a clearing where a wooden post stands with a small sign. Leave it here. You kneel, slip the pack from your shoulders, and set it down at the base of the post. You step back, and for the first time in hours, your spine straightens, your lungs feel deeper, your steps feel lighter. You walk on without looking back, knowing the night itself has taken responsibility for what you left behind. That is what rest does. It allows you to set things down, trusting they will be held elsewhere while you breathe freely again. If your mind resists and begins circling the unfinished, whisper gently, "It can wait." Let those words be your anchor tonight. It can wait. The worry can wait. The tasks can wait. The fear can wait. The night is not asking you to solve everything. The night is asking you to rest so you can meet tomorrow stronger, softer, freer. It can wait. Now, let your body follow. Soften your shoulders. Relax your hands. Let your eyelids grow heavy. Notice how the mattress beneath you receives every ounce of your weight without complaint, without condition. Notice how the blanket covers you like a promise. You do not have to hold yourself up tonight. You are held. You are safe. You can let go. Bring to mind the small mercies of the day, the kindness of a word, the glimpse of light through a window, the laughter you didn't expect, the breath that came when you thought you had no more left. These mercies are not small at all. They are reminders that you are not alone, reminders that beauty lives even in difficult days. Let them glow like lanterns around your bed as you close your eyes. Let them guard your rest with their soft light. And if guilt tries to creep in, saying you should have done more, answer it with compassion. I have done enough. I am enough. I can rest. Repeat it until your heart believes it. The truth is not complicated. It is tender, and it is yours tonight. You are enough. You have done enough. You can rest. So here is the blessing for this night. May your body be wrapped in deep rest. May your thoughts be quieted by peace. May your heart be filled with gentleness. May your spirit be reminded that you are safe. You are loved, and you no longer need to carry too much. Sleep now in freedom. Sleep now in love. Sleep now in peace. Tonight, let yourself arrive slowly, as if the day is loosening its grip on you, one finger at a time. All those moments that felt urgent, all the lists that seemed endless, all the emotions you carried quietly while no one else noticed, they do not get to follow you into this space. This is your room of release, your sacred pause. You do not need to tidy up the day before entering. You do not need to carry its pieces with you into the dark. The night welcomes you exactly as you are, tired, unfinished, longing for peace. Take a deep breath now, hold it gently, and let it go. That single exhale is already proof that you can release. You carried much today, more than most people saw. You held responsibilities that weighed on your shoulders. You kept unspoken thoughts tucked in your chest. You pressed forward even when you wanted to stop. And while you may feel you didn't do enough, the truth is that you gave what you could with the strength you had. That is enough. You are enough. Tonight is not for measuring worth by what was completed. Tonight is for remembering that you are worthy simply because you are allowed to put everything down now. Imagine a quiet lake at night. The moonlight rests on the surface like silver paint. You walk to the edge with a satchel full of stones, each stone representing something you carried today. An argument, a regret, a task unfinished, a fear about tomorrow. One by one, you take out the stones and drop them into the lake. Each makes a ripple, each disappears beneath the water. The lake does not complain. It does not return them to you. It simply recedes. You keep dropping stones until the satchel is empty, until your hands are light, until your shoulders are free. You step back and watch the surface grow still again. That stillness is what your heart is craving tonight. That stillness is yours. If your mind still insists on rehearsing, speak softly but firmly. Not tonight. Tonight is for rest. Say it again until the truth feels steady. Not tonight. Tonight is for rest. The unfinished things can wait. The burdens can wait. The pressure can wait. You, beloved soul, cannot wait any longer. You need rest now, and you are worthy of it. Feel your body sink deeper into the mattress. Feel the way the blanket settles over you like a gentle embrace. Notice the heaviness in your eyelids, not as resistance, but as an invitation. Your body is asking for mercy. Your spirit is asking for peace. You can answer them both with one word: rest. Whisper it softly if you need to. Rest, rest, rest. Let it become the rhythm of your breathing. And if guilt rises again, trying to convince you that you must keep carrying, reminded of this truth: even God rested, even the earth rests, even the sea has tides. Rest is not weakness. Rest is wisdom. Rest is sacred. You are not failing by letting go. You are honoring the way you were made. You are not selfish for closing your eyes. You are faithful to the one life you've been given. Say it again. I am allowed to rest. I am free to rest. I am safe to rest. So here is tonight's blessing. May peace come over your mind like a gentle tide. May your body sink into deep relief. May your heart remember that it is loved, not for what it carries, but for who it is. May the night hold all that you release, and may morning return you lighter, freer, and whole. Sleep now. You have carried enough. You are safe. You are loved. You can rest. Tonight, you stand again at the edge of silence, where the voices of the day grow faint and the pull of rest grows stronger. Everything you tried to hold today, both visible and invisible, has brought you here. Weary but still breathing, stretched but not broken. You do not need to keep gripping so tightly. You do not need to stay on guard. The night is strong enough to hold what you cannot, gentle enough to quiet what will not stop. Step into this stillness with empty hands or even trembling ones, and know that you are welcomed just as you are. Take a deep breath, let it fill you, and release it slowly. Feel how even one breath begins to unclench the spaces inside you. You have carried so much: responsibilities, emotions, memories, expectations. Some of it belonged to you, but much of it never did. You picked up burdens out of love, out of duty, out of habit. You wore them like heavy clothes, layered and suffocating, even when no one asked you to. But tonight, you are given permission to take them off, to step out of the roles for a while, to stop proving, fixing, and holding, to simply rest. That is holy work too. That is necessary. Picture yourself standing in a meadow under the night sky. The stars are wide and countless, shining without your help. You carry a bundle tied tightly with rope. Inside are the day's heaviness, your worries, your mistakes, your doubts, your exhaustion. You walk to the center of the field and set the bundle down. You untie the rope and let the contents spill into the grass. And then, as if the stars themselves were alive, you see the burdens slowly dissolve into light, disappearing upward into the sky. The meadow is clean again. Your arms are empty. Your body feels lighter. You lie back on the grass and stare at the vastness above, knowing you do not have to carry anything to belong here. You are already enough. If your mind still circles, whisper, "I choose rest." Say it again until the rhythm matches your breathing. I choose rest. It is not weakness. It is not running away. It is choosing life, choosing wisdom, choosing healing. The unfinished things will wait. The fears will wait. But your soul cannot wait any longer. It needs this. It needs gentleness. It needs stillness. And tonight, you are saying, feel the mattress beneath you cradle your weight. Let the blanket cover you like arms of compassion. Notice how your breath has slowed, how your eyelids grow heavier, how your body is beginning to trust that it is safe. This safety is your right. This peace is your gift. You are not stealing it from anyone by taking it. You are finally allowing yourself to receive it. Now, bring to mind the mercies of the day. Perhaps small, perhaps quiet, but real. The sound of laughter, the warmth of a meal, the way light fell through a window, the brief moment of relief you didn't expect. Hold these mercies gently, not as proof the day was perfect, but as reminders that goodness walked with you, even in your heaviness. Let those mercies stay near your bed like lanterns, glowing softly as you drift towards sleep. If guilt arrives again, trying to whisper that you haven't done enough, answer with compassion. I have done enough for today. I am enough. I am allowed to rest. Repeat it until the guilt fades into silence. You do not need to fight your way into rest. You can walk softly into it, guided by truth, carried by love. So here is the blessing for this night. May your mind be quieted from its racing. May your heart be soothed from its striving. May your body be restored from its weariness. May your spirit be reminded that it is deeply loved, without conditions, without performance. Tonight, you carry nothing but peace. Tonight, you are safe. Tonight, you are free. Sleep now, beloved. You have done enough. You are enough. You are safe. Rest deeply. Tonight, you have permission to pause in a way you might not have all day. No more holding up the sky. No more carrying the invisible weight that pressed on your chest. You do not need to defend yourself against your own exhaustion. You do not need to convince anyone that you are worthy of sleep. Rest is yours, because you are human, because you are alive, because you are loved. Let this moment be the doorway where you step out of striving and step into peace. Breathe in gently. Let it fill you. Then breathe out slowly, letting the breath carry with it everything that does not belong in your soul tonight. Think of how often you pushed yourself forward today, even when you were running on empty. You answered when you wanted silence. You carried responsibility even when your hands were already full. You put on strength when you felt fragile inside. That took courage. That took love. But now you can put it down. Strength tonight looks like surrender. Courage tonight looks like rest. Whisper it softly. I do not have to carry it all. I can lay it down. Let the words be as natural as breathing, as steady as your heartbeat. Imagine yourself standing in front of a river at twilight. In your arms are bundles of the day. Worries tied with string, regrets wrapped in cloth, fears hidden in small boxes. One by one, you set them gently on the water. The current takes them, carrying them away, farther and farther, until you can no longer see them. You do not need to know where they go. You only need to know they are not in your arms anymore. You stand lighter, freer, able to finally stretch without strain. This river is your night. This current is your rest. Trust it to carry what you cannot. If thoughts keep knocking on the door of your mind, answer them kindly. Not tonight. Tonight is for rest. If they insist, repeat it until they grow quiet. You are not avoiding life by resting. You are preparing for it. You are not failing by letting go. You are finding strength in stillness. What needs your attention will find you tomorrow. Tonight is not the time for answers. Tonight is the time for peace. Feel your body soften into the bed. Let your shoulders sink. Let your jaw unclench. Let your hands open. Notice how the pillow holds your head, how the blanket settles over you, how the mattress supports your weight without asking anything in return. This is what safety feels like. This is what rest feels like. You can trust it. You can let yourself go. Bring to mind a few small mercies from today. Maybe a kind word, maybe a laugh, maybe the sight of something beautiful, maybe just the breath you are taking right now. Let those moments be your lullaby. Let them remind you that not everything you carried was heavy. Some things were gifts, even if small, even if fleeting. Let gratitude for them soften your heart as you close your eyes. And if guilt still whispers, let your answer be gentle but firm. I have done enough. I am enough. I can rest. Say it again and again until it feels true, because it is true. Your worth is not measured by what you accomplish today. It is measured by the simple fact that you exist, and existence is enough. You are enough. So here is tonight's blessing. May your mind release the loops of worry. May your heart breathe freely without the weight of guilt. May your body find deep restoration in sleep. May your soul remember that it was never meant to carry everything. You are safe. You are loved. You can finally rest. Close your eyes now. Let the night hold what you cannot. Let peace take what you release. Let sleep come softly, like a tide washing gently over the shore. You've done enough. You are enough. Rest, beloved soul. Tonight, allow yourself to step into a silence that does not demand anything from you. The day has already asked for enough. Your time, your energy, your thoughts, your strength. You gave what you could. Some things were finished, some were left undone, but none of that matters here. What matters now is that you have reached the end, and the night is opening its arms to you. Breathe slowly, and with each breath, imagine the weight falling away from your shoulders. Feel how your body loosens when you give yourself permission to stop carrying. You've been holding too much. The pressure to perform, the fear of what tomorrow holds, the echoes of mistakes that replay in your mind, the needs of others that you tried to meet, even while your own heart longed for rest. These things cling like heavy garments, and tonight you are invited to take them off. Imagine standing in a quiet room with a chair before you. One by one, remove the garments and lay them on the chair. The cloak of worry, the coat of guilt, the robe of pressure. When you have placed them all down, notice how light you feel, how free your body is to breathe again. You do not have to wear these weights through the night. You are safe without them. If your thoughts still circle, meet them with gentleness. Whisper to yourself, not now, not tonight. Let those words be your boundary. The unfinished tasks can wait. The fears can wait. The conversations can wait. Nothing urgent belongs in this quiet. This quiet belongs to you, and you belong to peace. Think of your bed as a sanctuary. The mattress is the earth holding you steady. The blanket is the sky covering you in protection. The pillow is a cloud, soft and patient, ready to receive every thought you place upon it. You're not adrift here. You're not alone. You're held in something larger than yourself, something steady enough to carry what you cannot. Now picture yourself by a fire in a small cabin. The flames crackle gently, their warmth filling the room. On the table beside you is a basket. You place into it everything you carried today. The stress, the regrets, the disappointments, the questions. You do not need to sort them. You only need to set them down. The basket holds them all. You sit back in your chair, watching the firelight dance, feeling the relief of no longer holding. Your hands are empty now, and in that emptiness you find freedom. If guilt tries to whisper, telling you that you must do more, answer softly, but firmly. I have done enough. I am enough. I can rest. Say it again until your heart believes it. The truth is steady. You are worthy of rest, not because of what you achieved today, but because you exist, because you are loved. So here is the blessing for tonight. May your body release every ounce of tension. May your mind grow quiet like a still lake. May your heart be filled with gentleness. May your spirit remember that it does not have to carry everything. You are safe. You are loved. You can finally rest. Close your eyes now. Let the night carry what you cannot. Let peace fill the spaces that pressure once held. Let sleep come gently, wrapping you in its embrace. You have carried enough. You are enough. Rest, beloved soul. Tonight, come as you are, with hands that have held more than they should, and a heart that has stretched farther than it promised itself it would. Come without making a case for why you are tired, without collecting proof that you deserve to sleep. You are a living, breathing soul, and that is reason enough to rest. Let this be the hour where the door of the day swings shut with a soft click, not from neglect, but from care. Breathe in, slow and kind. Breathe out, longer still. Imagine the air clearing a quiet path through you, like a lantern-lit alley after rain, the cobblestones glistening, the noise of the market gone. You do not need to tidy the whole city of your thoughts before you sleep. You need only follow the little lights of gentleness until they lead you to a bed that remembers how to hold you. You have carried so much in invisible ways. Tension tucked beneath your ribs, sentences unsaid curled like paper inside your chest, lists nesting under your tongue, ready to fly the moment you look away. You carried the approvals you hope to earn and the disappointments you hope to hide, the outcomes you cannot control and the kindnesses you kept trying to give even when your hands were already full. Some weights looked noble, others looked ordinary. All of them were heavy. Tonight, you are invited to lay them down without ceremony, not because they don't matter, but because you do. Imagine a garden gate in the dark. You arrive with bundles cradled against your body. A sign on the gate says, "Leave what is heavy, take what is gentle." You set the bundles at the threshold, and the soil seems to absorb them like rain. On the other side of the gate is only soft grass and night jasmine and a bench that does not ask questions. Feel your spine lengthen, as if your bones remember a truer posture when no weight is dangling from your shoulders. If your thoughts still tug, make a simple altar out of what is near. Your nightstand becomes a small stone table. On it, place the names of what won't let you go, the decision that keeps shape-shifting, the conversation that scratched the same tender place, the number that won't add up, the door that hasn't opened, the old story that rehearses itself whenever you are alone. You don't have to burn these offerings, you only have to stop holding them. Leave them on the table and let stillness minister to them. Love can do more with what you set down than you can do with what you clutch. Trust the truth the way you trust gravity. You don't understand every law at work, and yet you are safely held by them all the time. Now, let your body be read by kindness. Start with your feet. Imagine warm water around your ankles, easing the little muscles that negotiated every step. Calves unwinding, knees softening, thighs heavy and done, hips releasing the urge to pivot into the next thing. Belly rising like a tide and falling like a tide, proof that life is moving even when you are not. Chest, no longer a cupboard for saved up sighs. Open it and let one out. Shoulders unclasping, hands uncurling, neck lengthening back from the future into the present. Brow smoothing, as if a friend pressed a cool cloth there. Tongue falling from the roof of your mouth, jaw forgetting the arguments it held for later. You are not at the mercy of doing, you are in the care of being. If you need a rhythm, try this. Inhale, here, exhale, enough. Inhale, held, exhale, free. Not magic, mercy. Think of the day as a tapestry on a loom. You tugged on threads and some came loose, others knotted where you wished they were smooth. Before sleep, you do not cut the cloth to fix the flaw. You cover it with a clean sheet and let the loom rest. Threads relax when a weaver rests. Your nervous system does too. Repeat to yourself like handwork in the dark. I can stop for today. I can stop for today. I can stop for today. Stopping is not quitting. Stopping is keeping faith with the rhythm that sustains everything that is alive. Even the tide knows how to leave the shore to breathe. So may you. If guilt wanders in wearing a supervisor's voice, telling you that the worthy do not sleep until the worthy are done, answer in the vocabulary of truth. No one ever finishes being human by midnight. The worthy do not earn sleep, they enter it. Rest is not a prize, it is oxygen. You do not apologize for breathing. You receive it quietly, constantly, and you are allowed that same quiet constancy with rest. If you need words that do not tremble when guilt knocks, borrow these and mean them softly. I have given what I could with the strength I had. I honor my limits so that my love can last. I release the rest into care that is bigger than me. Imagine walking into a small, warm atelier where a potter has left a wheel clean and a shelf of cups cooling under a cloth. You set the should-haves and the what-ifs on that shelf, not to forget them, but to let time do its curing. Clay becomes itself in stillness. So do you. Not every vessel must be fired tonight. Not every flaw is fatal. Some things are truer after rest. When you leave the studio, close the door with tenderness. You're not locking yourself out of your life. You're locking quiet into it. You can bless what hurt today without rehearsing it. Bless the weary place behind your eyes where screens live too long. Bless the shoulder blade that pinched when you carried more than a bag. Bless the conversation that scraped your sense of belonging, may it find balm you couldn't locate on your own. Bless the earnest effort that didn't meet its mark. May it be seed, not verdict. Bless the hour you were short with yourself. May kindness arrive there first next time. Bless the part of you that kept saying yes while your soul was whispering please, not now. May those two voices learn to speak together. Bless the fear that imagined futures you could not survive. May it be met by a future where you are held exactly the same way you are held now. Fully, gently, and without conditions. If you are carrying someone else's storm, set down the umbrella that has been over their head and realize it has been raining on you. You were not made to be weather for other people. You were made to be shelter sometimes, and sometimes to step inside. Picture the person you are worried about in a quiet room with kind light and a chair that fits them, a window cracked just enough for fresh air to find their lungs. Place them there in your mind. Speak their name under your breath and entrust them to a keeping that does not close its eyes when you close yours. Love is not diminished by letting go for a night. It is prolonged. Return for a moment to the inner garden. In the center stands a low fountain, not grand, just enough water to make a music your breath can follow. You kneel and cup your hands. The water is cool without being cold. Imagine washing today from your palms, the grasping, the gripping, the grit. Imagine rinsing your forehead, the frown you kept unconsciously, the concentration that cramped. Imagine wetting your lips with a taste that says sweetness still exists. In this world you are trying to hold together, sit back and listen. There are crickets. There is the pluck of a single chord from some window where someone forgot to put the instrument down before bed. There is your pulse steadying. This is not a performance. This is return. Now, picture a kite in twilight. You have been running all day to keep it aloft. Ideas, outcomes, impressions, the outline of who you hope to be. By evening, the string has cut a tender groove in your fingers. You look up and see something you didn't expect. The wind knows what to do without you. You open your hand and the spool rests on the grass. The kite does not fall, it hovers. If it drifts down, it does so with grace. You sit where you are and refuse to sprint again. Your stillness is not abandonment, it is a new kind of trust. Let your breath imitate that letting go. If you wake later in the night, as sometimes happens, do not audition for tomorrow with new thoughts. You can reach for the same 4 words that brought you here, enough, held, free, or this gentler thread, not now, dear mind, not now. Turn the pillow like a page. There is more rest written on the other side. You are not required to read worry in the dark. You are invited to keep being carried. Gather 3 small mercies you do not want to lose in the shuffle of sleep. The way light slipped under the door and made a silver line on the floor, the unasked for smile from someone in a queue, the way your name sounded when someone said it kindly. Set these mercies on an imaginary windowsill where morning light will touch them again. They are not reasons to pretend the day was easy. They are reasons to believe you were never left alone in it. Let gratitude be a low ember, not a blaze. Enough warmth to keep company with peace while you drift. Before you close, offer a blessing that is not a bargain. Over what is unresolved, may it remain safely unresolved while you sleep. Over what is aching, may rest reach it where effort could not. Over what is waiting, may the waiting be gentle on your heart. Over what is yours, may you meet it with right-sized strength tomorrow. Over what is not, may it release its claim on you without a fight. Over your body, may deep night knit it back together, stitch by stitch, from the inside where you do not have to supervise the healing. Now, let the room become a harbor. Hear the soft knock of a rope against a wooden post. Feel your small boat settle into the cradle of a slack tide. You tie a simple knot, nothing fancy, just enough to say, I am not sailing tonight. You set the oars beneath the bench. You do not check the weather again. The lighthouse keeps its slow blink without your watch. The shore is not going anywhere. The dark is not a foe. It is a coverlet pulled up to your chin by a world that, it turns out, knows how to tuck you in. Lie back. Let sleep be water and you be driftwood that finally stops trying to swim. And if an old story reaches for you one last time as the edges blur, the one that says you are what you carry, that your worth is measured in what you hold together, that rest is an indulgence you cannot afford. Answer it with the older story that keeps winning without shouting. You are loved first. You are loved when your hands are empty. You are loved before you pick anything up and after you set everything down. You are loved when you do and when you do not. You are loved now. Let that be the last sentence tonight, the period at the end of a day that wrote too many exclamation points. Loved. Full stop. So, sleep, dear heart, inside the truth that frees you from your lists. You have done enough for now. What is truly yours will not run from you while you rest. What is not will not cling stronger because you release it. Mercy stands guard at the threshold. Peace walks you to the bed. Kindness draws the curtains. Close your eyes. Let everything be smaller than the love that holds it. Let everything be later than this moment of letting go. You are safe. You are enough. You may rest. Tonight you are met by stillness, a stillness wide enough to hold all that you carried, all that you worried, all that you couldn't finish. You don't need to apologize for being tired. You don't need to defend the fact that your body and your mind are longing for pause. Rest is not weakness. It is wisdom. Rest is not failure. It is faith. Tonight, you are invited to step away from the noise, from the expectations, from the endless reaching, and into a gentleness that is already waiting to receive you. Take a deep breath now. Feel it travel into your lungs and let it out slowly, as if the air itself is helping to lift burdens off your shoulders. You've carried so many invisible weights today. You carried conversations in your mind, rehearsing what you should have said. You carried numbers, deadlines, and lists like stones in your pocket. You carried emotions that didn't even belong to you, but you held them out of love, or duty, or habit. No wonder you feel so weary. But here, in this night, you can set them down. You are not asked to solve them before sleep. You are only asked to release them. Picture yourself standing at the edge of a vast desert at dusk. You have walked a long way with a pack on your back filled with the troubles of the day. At last, you see a tent lit with a soft glow. When you step inside, a low table is waiting. Without hesitation, you take the pack off your back and lay it down on the table. You feel your spine stretch tall again. You feel your breath grow easier. You sit on the rug and realize you are safe here, even without the pack. You can wait for morning. Tonight is only for rest. If your thoughts begin to argue, whisper gently but firmly, "Not tonight. Tonight is for peace." Repeat it until it feels like a lullaby in your chest. The tasks will wait. The fears will wait. The regrets will wait. Nothing demands your attention now except the call to rest. Let your body hear that truth. Release the tension in your shoulders. Unclench your jaw. Loosen your hands. Feel the mattress hold you. Feel the blanket cover you like a shield of gentleness. You're carried now. You're safe now. You can let go. Remember the small graces from today, even if they were quiet. The smile that surprised you, the color of the sky at a certain hour, the comfort of breath in and out, the fact that you made it to this moment. Let these graces surround you like lanterns, glowing softly as you drift. They are proof that not everything is heavy. Some things are light. Some things are good. Some things are worth remembering as you close your eyes. If guilt whispers again that you should have done more, answer it with kindness. I have done what I could with the strength I had. I am enough. I can rest. Let those words sink deep, past the noise of self-judgment, into the truth that has always been waiting for you. You are loved as you are, not for what you carry. So here is the blessing for this night. May peace wash over your mind like a river smoothing stones. May rest cover your body like a blanket of quiet snow. May your heart release its heaviness into hands greater than yours. May your spirit remember that it was never meant to carry too much. Close your eyes now. Let go of the pack. Let go of the weight. Let the night hold what you cannot. You have done enough. You are enough. Rest, beloved soul. Tonight, at the very edge of this long journey of prayers, you are welcomed once again into stillness. You have carried so much, not only today, but through all the days that came before, through seasons when the weight felt endless, through moments when you thought you could not take another step, and yet here you are, there, listening, longing for peace, that itself is holy, that itself is enough. You do not need to carry anything more tonight. You do not need to prove your worth to the silence. The silence already knows. It already holds you. Take a long, slow breath in. Let it expand in your chest like a quiet light. Release it gently, feeling the air wash through you like a cleansing stream. Again, inhale peace. Exhale worry. Inhale mercy. Exhale regret. Inhale love. Exhale fear. Every breath is a prayer, and every exhale is a release. Let your breathing remind you that you were never meant to hold everything at once. You were meant to rest, to renew, to be held. Think of the many nights you arrived heavy, uncertain, exhausted. Think of the words that met you in those hours, the images that helped you let go, the river, the meadow, the lantern, the gate, the bench, the ocean, the fire. Each picture was a way to teach your soul what your mind forgot. You can lay it down. You can put the burden aside. You can rest. Tonight, let them all come together. Imagine a wide field where every river flows, every lantern glows, every fire crackles, every gate stands open. In the middle of the field is a long table. On that table, you place everything you still carry. The fears, the regrets, the guilt, the hopes, the expectations. You do not sort them. You do not measure them. You simply set them down, and the table does what it was built to do. It holds. You step back, lighter, freer, ready at last to rest without weight. If your mind still whispers with worry, remind it, it is finished for today. Those words do not mean everything is solved. They mean you have done what you could with the strength you had, and now the rest belongs to tomorrow, or to mercy, or to love greater than your own. Whisper it until you believe it. It is finished for today. Let your body be the first to believe. Release the tension in your face. Unclench your jaw. Let your shoulders sink. Rest your arms by your sides. Let the blanket remind you of gentleness. Let the mattress carry you without question. You are safe here. You are allowed to let go. Now, think of gratitude one last time, not as a performance, but as a gift to your spirit. Remember the faces that smiled at you, the small mercies that touched you, the breath that carried you here. Hold them gently. Let them be the lanterns that guide you into sleep. And hear this blessing for the last night of this prayer. Over all your weariness, may rest come like a river. Over all your fears, may peace come like a steady dawn. Over all your guilt, may mercy come like a song you had forgotten, but now remember. Over all your striving, may love whisper, enough. And over your whole being, may rest settle deep, reminding you again and again, you are safe, you are loved, you are free. Close your eyes now. The journey of carrying is over for tonight. The circle of these prayers is complete. You have done enough. You are enough. Rest deeply, beloved soul, for you are finally home.